In this video, I'm gonna take you on a full vlog tour of one of the best neighborhoods in Atlanta, Midtown. And that's coming up right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to Living in Atlanta. This YouTube channel is all about what it's like to live, work, and play in the Atlanta area. My name is Marc Brenner. I'm a realtor here in Atlanta, and if you're interested in buying a home or just want to know more about the Atlanta area, I would love to hear from you. All of my contact information is in the description below. Feel free to call me, email me, or even book a consultation using the Calendly link in the description below. All right, so it is a beautiful day here in Atlanta in late February. It's about 70 degrees and sunny right now. And I thought it would be a great time to go down to Piedmont Park, which is right behind me, and do a full tour of Midtown Atlanta. Now, if you don't know already, Midtown is one of the most desirable, expensive, diverse, artistic places to live in the whole city of Atlanta. So definitely worth doing a full breakdown on. We're gonna talk about everything from housing to crime to things to do to geography. We're gonna break it all down. But first, like usual, if you don't know where Midtown is already, for your frame of reference, let's get in front of a map and look at where exactly Midtown Atlanta is. Okay, so let's look at a map of Atlanta and see where Midtown is. So you see Atlanta here, you have the I-285 perimeter. So we are ITP inside the perimeter today. And you can see Midtown is outlined right in the middle of Atlanta. And of course, like with many other great neighborhoods in the city, you have the benefit not only of Midtown Atlanta and those amenities, but when you live here, you're also close to great things like Atlantic Station, other popular neighborhoods like the Old Fourth Ward, Little Five Points, Inman Park, Morningside Lenox, Emory Village, City Decatur's over here. So you're very close to a lot of the most popular neighborhoods outside of Midtown as well. And the other thing that goes along with that is the traffic in this area can be some of the worst in the city because you're in that northern corridor where I-85 heads up north. A lot of the traffic is congregated as you head up north through 85, along 400, and then just generally in the city traffic. There's obviously going to be a lot in Midtown. It's more of a dense place with a lot of things to do because of the park, because of the museums, because of all the amenities. Traffic will be worse than a lot of other areas of the city, but that just goes along with so many great things to do. So you're here in Midtown. Downtown Atlanta is right here. You have 20 going east-west, and 85, 75 north-south. You see Piedmont Park here, and the High Museum of Art, and all, Georgia Institute of Technology is here. So this is right in the heart of the city. Tons of stuff to do, close to everything, and really just exemplifies city living in Atlanta. So that is where we're talking about today. All right, so now you know where we're talking about. Let's talk about what there is to do in Midtown Atlanta. So as you can see, I'm in Piedmont Park now, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but in terms of things to do, you really cannot beat Midtown. If you're visiting, it's the place you need to be, and if you're living here, well, lucky you, because there is a lot to do here. And this is known as the heart of the arts, and for good reason. There are so many artistic driven amenities in this area. So let's talk about some of the more popular ones that you can partake in if you're visiting, or of course enjoy if you live in or around this neighborhood. So one of the first ones I would mention would be the Fox Theater, which is very famous, very well-known theater for local Atlantans. This is a place you go out on a date night to see a great show. It's a place that you can go see a comedy act, off-Broadway play, a movie, ton of different things. It's one of the most famous venues in Atlanta. So if you're in town, that should definitely be at the top of your list to check out. Woodruff Art Center is home to the Alliance Theater, the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, and the High Museum of Art. And again, if you're visiting in Atlanta, or if you live in the area but have never been, you've got to check out the High Museum of Art. It's one of my favorite things to do on a regular basis in Atlanta. There's always a great exhibition going on. A lot of famous artists come through and host an exhibition, and they have great year-round exhibits there as well. So it's definitely worth your time, not the average boring museum. And the great part is if you do live here, a year membership to go unlimited amount of times is only $83 a year. Midtown is also home to the Atlanta Ballet, the Atlanta Center for Puppetry Arts, and another favorite of mine, the Atlanta Botanical Garden. Now, the Botanical Garden is another hidden gem in Atlanta. Definitely check out the exhibit that's going on when you're in town or when you're living here. They do Halloween style exhibits, Alice in Wonderland style exhibits. There's always something interesting going on. It's a great, peaceful, kind of low-key thing to do is visit the Atlanta Botanical Gardens. I highly recommend it. Also at the Atlanta Botanical Gardens is the Canopy Walk, where you can actually walk over an urban forest about 40 feet above it. So that's a really great way to check out some of the greenery in Atlanta. Also in Midtown is the Museum of Design Atlanta and SCAD, the Savannah College of Art and Design, which if you're an artist looking for a good school to go to, SCAD is very highly regarded in this area. Now, the other amazing thing about Piedmont Park is it's home to some of the biggest and best festivals in Atlanta. And that's another great reason to live in this area, where if you're visiting, Midtown Atlanta is known to host some of the best festivals in the whole city. You've got the Atlanta Pride Festival, the Jazz Festival, Dogwood Festival, Music Midtown, the Atlanta Black Pride Festival, and so many more. Midtown is the place to be if you're a fan of festivals. So between the park and the Beltline and the density in Midtown, which is rare for Atlanta, you've got one of the more highly walkable neighborhoods in the whole city. And a few streets down from where I am at the park right now, you've got another high concentration of lots of gay-friendly restaurants, bars, and Midtown is a great gay-friendly town, high concentration of gay people here. So if that's important to you, you should feel very comfortable living in this area. It's an accepting and diverse location. So between the parks, the restaurants, bars, clubs, all the highly walkable things, all the art-related museums and exhibitions, gardens, you really are never going to run out of things to do in Midtown Atlanta. It's probably #1 on the list in Atlanta for things to do. All right, let's get into some more practical stuff. Let's talk schools, crime, housing costs, and taxes. So the schools in Midtown are actually really good. The main high school, Grady High School, which is actually now going to be called Midtown High. Very highly rated school, very diverse school, and a great atmosphere. If you are hanging out around Piedmont Park in Midtown, you'll see kids going to and from the school. So I think it's a really cool atmosphere for a younger person to have a high school experience in. So definitely the schools are a notch above in Midtown versus a lot of other areas of the city. Now, in terms of crime, Midtown Atlanta, obviously because of the wealth concentration, is going to be typically a more safe place, especially related to violent crime. But as you might have seen from the last video I did about dangerous neighborhoods in Atlanta, there is a lot of theft, larceny, grand theft auto in this area because you have a lot of people here. You have a high density of foot traffic, car traffic, and so you have a lot of people that are going to be targeting this area for those types of crimes. So if you're living here, I don't think you need to be especially concerned about violent crime. You do want to keep valuable things out of your car and have situational awareness like you should if you live anywhere in an urban city. Now, in terms of what the vibe is in Midtown, as you can imagine, we're in the heart of the city, we're in the arts district, so definitely a younger crowd, a more accepting, diverse crowd. A lot of people with a lot of money, but also a lot of people just spending time here, visiting, enjoying the amenities. Like I said, a very diverse, open neighborhood, very gay friendly, very art focused, art forward, liberal area, as you would expect from an area like this in a major metropolitan city. So I think the vibe is great here, very friendly, lots of things to do, and you just have a lot of people in Midtown and out and about in the city, enjoying Atlanta and enjoying life. All right, so as usual, why don't we go check out a home that's on the market right now in Midtown and see what you can get for your money in this area. Let's go check it out. All right, so hope you enjoyed that home tour. I thought it was a beautiful spot. Obviously, it's an expensive spot to live in Midtown, but wanted to give you an example of a living situation, so I hope you enjoyed that. All right, let's talk a little bit about housing. Now, this is going to be tough. The reality is, because of how desirable this neighborhood is, how many things there are to do, it's very expensive to own a place to live in Midtown. In fact, if your budget is less than, I would say, 500,000, it's going to be tough to find anything really that's move-in ready, depending on if you're looking for a detached home or a condo or townhome. And inventory in Atlanta is low right now already. If you're thinking about inventory for a single family home in Midtown, it's going to be very few, like less than 20 homes on the market right now that are detached. If you're open to a townhome, condo, or apartment, you're going to have some more options available to you. But again, you're going to be on the higher end of the budget. So definitely a privilege to be able to own a home or townhome in the Midtown area. Obviously, if you want to rent, there's going to be more options available to you. Still on the expensive side, you're going to be in the high 1,000s, low 2,000s, depending on how much space you need. That can go much higher. And of course, in terms of property taxes, if you're talking about a $700 to $1.5 million home, your taxes are going to be much higher. So you're talking anywhere from 7 to 12 grand, depending on the cost and size and location of your home. If you can afford a place to own in Midtown, you're probably not too worried about taxes, but I did want to include that in this video. And of course, we can't talk about things to do in Atlanta without mentioning Piedmont Park, which is where I'm at now. It's an absolute favorite destination for Atlantans, probably the most popular green space in the whole city. It's big, it's beautiful, it's clean, safe, lots of things to do. There's a lake, there's a place to walk your dog, and now it's connected to the Beltline, which makes it an even better amenity. So behind me, if you look, you keep walking south towards Inman Park, you can hop on the Beltline. And so now that we have the Beltline connected to Piedmont Park, you can enjoy some time in the park, hop on the Beltline, continue your run, walk, or jog, and you'll actually be a way closer distance to some great restaurants. You can walk down to Pond City Market, stop off there. You can keep walking all the way down to Inman Park, which is another great highly walkable area. So this is probably one of the best amenities in the whole city, the combination of Piedmont Park and the Beltline. All right, so that is Midtown Atlanta in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed that video. We talked about housing, we talked about crime, things to do, overall vibe. So I hope that was helpful for you. It's definitely a spot you need to check out if you're visiting the area. And if you have the means, there's no better place for you to own a home than Midtown Atlanta. So I'm gonna enjoy this beautiful park in this beautiful February weather in Atlanta. I hope you enjoyed that video. Again, my name is Marc Brenner. I'm a realtor here in Atlanta, and I would love to connect with you if you're looking to buy in the Atlanta area. My team and I have people reach out to us all the time, and we absolutely love it. So give me a call, shoot me an email, or set up a consultation using the link below. And until my next video, I'll see you next time.